G'day everyone, Prep Aussie here. I hope you're all well in whatever part of the world you're watching this video. Today is Thursday, the 28th of February 2019, and the time here is 09:15 Australian Eastern Standard Time. Well folks, plenty going on, and we'll get to that. First of all, let's go to my kind sponsor and we'll go through that. Okay folks, this is Totally Rawsome, my great sponsor of this show. They do golden turmeric, or turmeric as you guys say, paste. It is the best thing I've used for joint pain. It's incredible stuff folks. If you haven't tried this, you really need to, because it does actually work. Out of all the other ones that I've tried, this is the only one that works. Okay, go down the bottom here. Before I do, I've actually started to use their dog paste. I'll obviously let you know how that goes. But yeah, I've started using it for my dog, Woody. Okay, this is their contact details. Please contact them directly via email, etc. if you want to get stuff delivered to your house. Okay. George Pell. As I told you previously, I'm not interested in going down the pedo route. It doesn't interest me. It does interest me, but in the way of you've got to spend a lot of time doing investigative journalist stuff, and I don't want to be seen to be spruiking off about stuff I don't know. It's as simple as that. There's a lot of people out there that do, and I think it's wrong, because look, I don't know if he's guilty or not. It's not up to me. I'm only going on what they've said in the court. And yes, he's been found to be guilty of some, egregious crimes. Not even was he, it's becoming apparent that he was actually the king of this bloody paedophile ring, transferring this guy around Melbourne and Australia to get him out of trouble every single time. Not only him, but several others, so it's pretty grim, you know what I mean? The whole thing's slimy. And it always has been, and it always will be. But I don't know anything more about it than that. It's not you want to know about financial? Yes. All that stuff, I don't know. But let's all just say a big thank you to the police, etc., for actually nailing this guy. And the only thing I would actually say about this whole thing, there was recently a court case of a similar type of bloke in Adelaide, and he was the Archbishop. He got actually found guilty. Now he appealed that and they wiped it, so just keep that in mind. They actually wiped it. Now either he was a sacrificial lamb for George Pell to go down, or there's bigger things in play. So let's just wait and see. That's why I'm not really saying much. Let's just wait and see what happens as regards to the appeal that George Pell is launching. Because the other guy got convicted of doing similar. He didn't actually do any child pedo stuff himself. He actually transferred guys around the state to keep them away from the police. And it was apparent. And he got done for it. And he got let off. The conviction was completely quashed. So look, let's just wait and see what happens. Okay, a couple of comments about financial. One second. If you have not watched USA Watchdog's interview with Michael Pinto, which is the one that I just showed you, this one, I would strongly, and I mean strongly, urge you to watch it. It's an eye-opener. Now, in that interview, if you remember the other day, I said China's GDP was debt to GDP was, I think it was 43% on trading economics. And I said to you then, I said that is not true. It's no way that can be true because of the fact of Chinese debt. Michael Pinto tells you exactly how much the Chinese debt is. It's $47 trillion. It went from 7 trillion in 2007 to 47 trillion today because of all the economic expansion that they did and the money printing. Guys, there's just no, I think he said their debt ratio was 356%. Now remember, I said anything above 50 is bad. I'll say that again. Anything above 50 is bad. They're at 356. So they're 300% over. Now, in that interview, you need to listen to the fine detail that Michael Pinto is saying. And in that interview, he actually tells you exactly where this is all going. It can't go much longer. You know, from 2007 till now, we were all going, oh my God, the Earth's going to stop. But they've continued to print money like there's no tomorrow. Now, as he quite rightly points out, that money is now in the system. And it's coming home to roost, as it's always been predicted that it will. So, be warned, right? And I had a good phone conversation with a guy called Peter yesterday, one of my subs, who rang me up. And we had a great conversation about gold and silver, and that he wanted me to portray to you guys. Now, 1 ounce of silver, I'm pretty sure he said silver, might have been gold, but 1 ounce of gold or silver will buy you a huge house in Venezuela. Think about that. Like a big mansion. 1 ounce of gold or silver, depending on which one you use. Sorry, it's hot today. It's like really humid here. I'm sweating a bit. So just think about that. That's what's coming here. Or 1 ounce of silver will buy you a year's supply of bread. Similar, you know, all that sort of stuff. Now, that ounce of silver that you're bartering with will depend on the desperation of the person that you're bartering with. You know, you might be able to get 2 boats, 2 houses. You know, how desperate is the person that needs that silver? Now, people are asking me, oh God, look, everyone keeps writing this about gold, that the Bible said it'll be thrown in the street because you can't eat it. Well, if you're hoarding it, yeah, I'd imagine you would. But if you're sensible enough to have, say, 2 ounces of silver and 2 ounces of gold, you ain't throwing that in the street, mate, let me tell you. Because if you're sensible enough and you bought 2 silver coins and 2 gold coins, that's all you need. That's going to keep you going for a couple of years. I hope you understand that. What the Bible's specifically talking about is all these people who are hoarding. You know, they're hoarding gold and silver, whereas forgetting that, you know, to stock up on food. What's the point? I've said this before. What's the point of all this gold and silver? Like I just told you, China is hoarding gold. Russia is hoarding gold. India is hoarding gold. But their debt to GDP ratio is 356%. So when the US turns to China, maybe later, or, you know, when China wants goods like rice, and I just said to you, it depends on the desperation of the person. If you're trying to feed 1 billion people and you've got oodles of gold and everyone knows it, well, there you go. There's a bag of rice, but that's going to cost you 50,000 ounces of gold. You see my point? So be sensible. 2 ounces of silver, 2 ounces of gold. That's all you need. If you ain't got any more than that, you got to think about safety, security, storing it, carrying it. You know, I've had people write to me and say to me, "Oh, I've got 5 gold bars and 5 bars of silver." Great. If you've got a bang, you've got to get out the door and you've got to run and go to a bug out location. Can you imagine carrying that stuff? Because that's going to be the first thing on your mind is, oh my God, I've got to grab the gold and silver. Whereas your first thing in your mind should be, oh my God, I've got to grab my bug out bag and I'm gone. Because my bug out bag has got my gold and silver in it, all my food, medicines, etc. But that person who's got 5 gold bars and 5 bars of silver, that's their first thing they're thinking about. Holy shit, I can't take my bar, I've got to go. So use your thought, right? Please stop writing to me about, oh my God, the Bible says that it's going to be thrown in the street. Yeah, that's the hoarders. That's the hoarders. Woe is to those who hoard gold and silver, let me tell you, because it's not going to end well for them. Okay, I just want to show you this. Donald Trump is under secret federal investigation, Michael Cohen testifies. Is there any of you, and I mean any of you out there, that are saying that like this guy, right, who is a known liar. Sorry, let me go back to the beginning. Is there any of you out there that are still thinking to yourself that the world is being run by people who don't have their own self-interest at heart? You only have to this guy is a known liar, thief, criminal, anything else you want to say. And it wouldn't have been that long ago that everyone would have laughed if this guy was, if even it was suggested that he was going to testify in front of Congress. How can anybody, and I mean anybody, take this guy seriously? The mere fact that the Americans, some of the people in America, are actually taking this guy at face value just beggars disbelief. So listen, Q said something yesterday, which was they're going to roll out the big guns, you know, people like this clown, to try and take away from the fact that what's going on behind the scenes. Because it just, like I said, it beggars belief that this guy is actually testifying in front of Congress, even though he's been convicted by Mueller as being a liar, a thief, and anything, and a con man. This is how low, excuse me, US politics has gone. Think about that. That's how low US Congress has gone. And this is how bad things have gotten in the US legal and parliamentary system. It is disgusting and it's shameful, honestly. And we're not far behind them, folks. Don't think we're squeaky clean either. Just beggars disbelief that this guy has been... And did you notice the headline? This guy, the liar and the thief and the conman, is actually telling everybody that there's a federal investigation into Trump. How does he know that? And why is he telling everybody that? As I said, it just beggars disbelief that this guy, that anybody's listening to this bozo. Just staggering, absolutely staggering, that the world has gotten to this point. Okay, folks, verse of the day. Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. After what I just said about this Cohen bloke. Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. And as always, folks, we'll finish with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. All right, folks, I'll leave it there. To the person who contacted me as regards to swearing, I hope I did okay today. I'm not going to promise you that I won't swear. Every now and again I will, because sometimes that's what's required. And hey, I'm Australian. We swear. I swear a lot. I shouldn't, but I do. But I am understanding that younger people might be watching, and I shouldn't be using swearing. So I'll try my level best not to from now on, and I'll try and be a bit more adult. All right, guys, prep out. God bless.